This video was commissioned by Cynically Naive. Be sure to subscribe and help get this video to 2,000 likes. The Powerpuff Girls wake up to find their room is flooded with toys. The girls go into a full-out frenzy, which results in them smashing their own window. The girls go to thank the professor, only to find he's dead-ass asleep.
Protons. Quantum physics.
It's not the weirdest sex dream I've heard of. The girls go back to playing when they get a call from the mayor to investigate a robbery, which somehow annoys them even though it's literally their job. The girls fly to a store that just got robbed, which ends up being a toy store. Surprise, surprise, it turns out all the girls' toys were stolen from the store. Instead of telling the cops the truth, the girls decide to keep the toys for themselves. The terrible trio are perplexed by the professor's apparent crime spree and go to confront him in the middle of the night. The girls discover the professor is sleepwalking and apparently unaware of his nighttime thievery. The Power Pains take advantage of the professor's condition and use him as an unwilling patsy to get all the toys they want. The cynical sisters goad their unconscious caregiver into robbing the same store night after night. The truant trio play coy as they hide their ill-gotten gains from their father, the mayor, and the poor toy store owner who they're directly bankrupting. The doughy-eyed dipshits briefly consider doing the right thing before laughing it off. You know, like all superheroes do. One night, the professor is in the middle of robbing the toy store, which somehow still hasn't beefed up its security, when he gets awoken from his trance. The next morning, the girls wake up to find no new toys and are straight up pissed. Instead of playing with the hundreds of toys they already have, the bratty babies decide to tail the professor to make sure he gets it right next time. You know, because they're the good guys. The girls follow the professor to the toy store, only to get ambushed by the mayor and every cop in the city. The professor takes the mayor hostage, resulting in an epic shootout that proves just how awesome this show is.
Yo, hopped out the whip, pop the heater out the clubby. Ski masked it up, about to jack these fools lovely.
The professor gets blown to hell and the girls finally admit it was their fault. But what's this? It turns out the whole thing was just a prank to teach the girls a lesson about lying and stealing. Which seems cute until you realize how many man-hours and tax dollars were wasted on this glorified slap on the wrist. The girls decide to give back the toys, which the mayor eagerly accepts.
I've always wanted a beefy Betty.
TMI, Mr. Mayor. Too much information.
So remember, kids, lying and stealing is wrong, but you know what's worse? Manipulating someone who doesn't have full autonomy of their body to do your dirty work for you. Don't take advantage of other people's medical conditions to get free shit, since you'll probably get tired of playing with all of it after a week. If you're a superhero whose sole job is to protect the city, don't lie to those depending on you to keep them safe when you're the one actively making things worse. And even though petty theft from bigger corporations is largely inconsequential, grand theft from local shops is the quickest way to bankrupt an independently owned business. And while the Powerpuff Girls aren't nearly as bad as DW, it's important to remember that we all have our bad days. And even if you think the 2016 reboot makes this episode look like a masterpiece, it's best not to go off on that tangent, because at the end of the day, it's just a cartoon. Is there a cartoon you want me to talk about? Patrons who join my $10 tier can pick which shows I cover on It's Just a Cartoon. There's a limited number of slots available, so sign up now.